Hey, good afternoon, folks. Chief Chandler here. I'm with Jake Laster, our multimedia specialist, and Sergeant Justin Engel, who leads our Flex team. And we just want to provide a quick update today on what we've been dealing with on this winter storm. Thankfully, it's been a calm day, knock on wood. That continues, and we're just here serving the best as we can, helping folks out. The biggest concern today has been the power outage and folks who are without power. But thankfully, I believe we have worked through all of that. Hopefully, the power stays on for most folks and their houses are now warming up. But to jump into it real quick, let's just check on the different incidents that we've dealt with today. We've responded to 11 citizen assist or escorts. Most of those, we've been taking families to the warming shelter at Green Hill Church. But also, we've had individuals who needed gas for their generators and they couldn't get out to get gas to keep themselves warm. And there was one individual who needed medication. We certainly helped them through this event. 10 medical calls, 3 welfare checks, and 2 utility lines down. Thankfully, 0 crashes. Man, that's always good news, especially dealing with a winter storm and where ice is still on a lot of roads that are out there. And so driving is hazardous, but we have seen a lot of traffic out and about, but everyone's just doing it the right way, taking it slow and being safe, and 0 crashes today. So that's awesome. With the welfare checks, of course, I remind anyone if you can't get a hold of a family member or you need someone to be checked on to ensure that they have warmth and the basic necessities, please give our dispatch center a call so we can go out and check on them just to ensure that they have everything that they need. No call is too important for us to handle. We're going to handle everything, so please just reach out with any need that you have out there. With the power outage, about 2 o'clock, most of the power was restored for our residents in the neighborhoods along Old Lebanon Dirt Road. They've been without power for about 24 hours, and really more than that by now, up until that 2 o'clock time when it was turned back on. During that extensive power outage, 800 customers were affected. We activated a warming shelter with the assistance of Green Hill Church. Really grateful for them and their team and all they've done to provide for the different individuals who were assisted, around 15, but they provided showers, of course, all the basic needs, food, different private areas for them to stay at the church. And we're really grateful for that. It's helped a lot of people. One story, when I went up there and visited them, a lady was telling me how her mom, she's 90 and has dementia, and they didn't have power at her home, and she takes care of her. And really, we were her saving grace, and we sent an officer to pick her up and her mom up and get them to the shelter. And then there was medication that they needed, and we took her back to get the medication that she needed. But we're honestly just here to serve and serve the best way as we can. Policing is beyond just criminal enforcement and traffic enforcement and protecting a community from those criminals. We're here to serve in whichever way possible to take care of our communities. But a big thank you to Green Hill Church. We certainly could have not done that without their assistance. And as we speak, most of the individuals at that shelter are being transported back home to their warm house now that they have power. But if there's anyone out there that does have a need, please reach out to our communication center at 615-754-2550. Don't just show up at the church. We still need to check with everyone who is going to show up at that church eventually, just to be sure that all the basic needs are met. If they have pets, if they have food, right? If there's any medication needs or child needs, please reach out to us first, just before you show up to that church. If there are pets, we're housing pets at a different location than Green Hill Church because they can't support pets there. And our animal shelter is supporting any pet that needs extra housing through this. But again, good news, most of everyone now does have power. Some individual homes do not, but that issue is isolated at the home itself, where maybe a tree has damaged some of the lines that directly power the home from the system with Nashville Electric Service. Jumping on to the next thing we need to worry about is the cold. And you can see on the graph there, it's not going to get above freezing, barely, maybe around noon on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But other than that, it's going to stay cold. and it's going to stay that way likely until Tuesday afternoon. It's going to get much higher above freezing there. So you want to check on your pets, check on your elderly neighbors, friends, family. This colder air is going to move in, and with this cold, it can be life-threatening if you are exposed to those elements. So please ensure you're not exposed to those elements. And if you know of anyone who is, reach out to us. We're going to do what we can to help them. Just think about your people, of course, pets, pipes, and plants. By now, your plants should be inside with the weather we've been having lately, but don't forget about your pipes. They're insulated. Open up your sink cabinets to expose those pipes to the warm air. And I hope by now you've disconnected any hoses and turned off the water to any sprinklers that you have out there. But also don't forget the pets. They also have to stay warm. If you're cold, they are likely cold, and they definitely need to be inside. If you are aware of any pet that is not being taken care of, please reach out. Again, our animal control can go out there and check on them to ensure they're taken care of. With our status report, our department's back to normal staff levels. We're still running a command to ensure that everything is resourced properly, but back to normal staff levels. Same with fire and EMS. And our public works crews, man, they've been after it all through this storm. They are salting and plowing still, using all their different response vehicles to get that done. So much appreciation to them, much appreciation to our utility crews with Nashville Electric Service and Middle Tennessee Electric Service. They have been working around the clock. They've called in extra staff to ensure they get power restored as quickly as possible. Again, with the cold that we're experiencing, people without power can be a danger, and they're working around the clock to get that power restored. And we're just thankful that the neighborhoods along Old Lebanon Dirt Road do have that power back. All right, just want to jump in real quick with Jake and Justin out there on the road. Jake, what are you seeing out there?
Hey.
Swapping around a little bit with our cameras here. There you go. Let me put the driving going. I got you, Jake. What are you seeing out there?
Herd Road right now. Just turned off of Golden Bear. And we're going through Woodridge earlier, the beginning of the live stream here. Roads seem to be pretty good. Obviously, you got the snow and ice built up on the sides from the cars and the plows that have come through. The sun being out today has definitely helped dry up the roads. If we had the cloud cover all day, I think we'd be hearing a different story right about now.
Right.
But I will say, sitting here in the passenger seat at 4:30 in the afternoon now, and the sun is kind of coming in right over those icy trees and making it very hard to see. Obviously, I don't have sunglasses on, but it's definitely a lot brighter. It's reflecting off of all the ice on those trees and making it a little difficult to see. And even the camera itself is having a little hard time. It's a little bright. So, but the roads seem to be fine. There's quite a bit of traffic out here, and Sergeant Engle's been driving around all day. He can probably answer a few more questions. He's been out and about. I know you were on the south side of town. How's that looking?
Pretty good. Same story as the north side. The roads are mostly clear on like the main roads. Once you start getting into the side roads covered by shade and the parking lots, things are still a little bit icy, and you drive slow and take care.
Yeah, absolutely. And, glad to have Sergeant Angle on this. He is our flex team supervisor, and our flex teams are the folks that get a lot of wanted people in our community. And Justin, policing doesn't stop. Just today, one of your officers found a wanted person at, I guess, MAPCO, right? What was the situation there?
Yeah, so we made contact with an individual in the parking lot who was wanted out of Metro Nashville. He had a violation of probation warrant related to some domestic assault charges out of Nashville. So he was taken into custody and taken to Wilson County.
Very good. And, with the systems we provide our officers and the support from our community, we have, advanced technology that they have to help look at cars that they believe could be involved in criminal activity and associate those who drive those cars involved in criminal activity, which then flags if they're wanted people potentially in those cars. And they get pictures back of these individuals, and it's pretty easy to spot that person, right? So you get the picture back that says this person is wanted, and then you see that person getting out of the car. It makes it very easy to make a wanted person arrest. It's just amazing the technology that we have today, and what can happen to lead to safer communities through our license plate reader program, to all of our Nova technology in the cars and our systems through the criminal justice portal. Really helps tremendously in protecting our effect. And when you have precision-based policing, less people are being stopped on our roads, and y'all are going after the people who are truly wanted for crimes that enter our community from elsewhere. And we talk about it all the time. Over 85% of the individuals arrested in the city for crimes do not live in our community. So our posture is very proactive to defend our community against those that come here and cause outside harm. And we've seen drastic drops in the number of crimes related to the hard work of our team, and just how our community looks after one another. I mean, if there's suspicious activity happening out there, we're definitely going to get a call about it from one of our community members, and we can quickly respond and investigate it even further. But good work to you and your team. And Jake, what road are you on now? It looks a little bit more icy.
Yeah, we are on Juliet Drive. We got some people walking around. Middle Tennessee Electric is actually out and about. I believe they were cutting down some limbs on a tree to restore some lines at a house over here. And we got a group of people up here walking around. It is icy, but seems to be, this is definitely a back road with a lot of trees. We've seen a lot of trees down in the area, just through this neighborhood. So we, even with all that shade, there's still some patches, but it is a lot better than the conditions we were seeing yesterday and especially last night.
Very good, man. Yeah, people have been enjoying this snow. That's one good thing. The bright light in all of this is the ice on the trees is extremely beautiful. The snow that has turned to ice with that layer of ice coating makes it a good path to sled down, right? And my neighbors to the right of my house, they have two little girls, and they were out sledding today when I came into work, and they were flying down their backyard hill because that ice makes it just a little bit extra smooth to get that sled going very quickly. And if you're still out sledding, we're always advocating folks to be safe when you sled. Walk the path of the sleds before you actually sled down that hill to ensure there's no debris out there, but also look beyond the sledding path to ensure you don't run into a roadway or don't hit any trees or fencing that could be out that way. But yeah, it's a good time to be out and about with families and just enjoying the winter wonderland that we're experiencing. But the trees, we haven't seen this in quite a bit with this type of winter storm where the ice is on the trees like this. And it's definitely beautiful. Like you mentioned earlier, Jake, when the sun hits it too, it can almost be blinding. So you want to be careful about that. But most of the side streets like this look, of course, they have these patches of ice and snow. Our main roads have that patch of ice and snow down the turn lane, but the other travel lanes are nice and clear. And I've been out and about today. We've seen a lot of traffic out and about today, like you see now, and it is mostly clear. One concern we do have with that sun setting and going down, whatever is wet on the roads is going to refreeze. The only reason we saw melting today is because that sun's radiant heat on the asphalt was heating up and able to melt a lot of the ice and snow. But what's wet will certainly refreeze tonight. So please be careful if you get out and about and travel tonight. And here comes another plow. They look like they're dropping salt with the state. And I just appreciate what all of our crews are doing with the state, city, of course, our utility crews with the electric companies, restoring power for a lot of people. But I'll tell you, we're about done with this broadcast. Any questions you have, we'll ask. Saw some questions about Sunset Drive and Sunset Circle. Jennifer, if you saw the pictures where they were just driving back there on Cross Drive and Hill Street, looks similar to what Sunset and stuff looks like. We see all the kind comments as well, and thank you for all of that. We definitely don't take your support lightly or for granted. We are always working to elevate our service to our community, but also maintain your trust every day by how we serve this city. Vinny has a question about, will the town pick up branches when we thaw out? And of course, I'm sure they will increase their branch pickup and chipping services, Vinny. So you'll just want to take those branches to the curbside when the storm is over, and when you can, once everything thaws out, take that to the curbside to get the city to hopefully pick it up, which I'm sure they will. They usually do that in any kind of storm situation. And in this event, a lot of storm damage related to the trees with the ice. And Justin, you just turned on Sunset Drive, I believe. Is that right?
Yes, sir. I did. About to cry,
Okay.
pass the Sunset Circle.
Yeah. So it's wet in places. I'm sure that definitely will be ice tonight. Looks like a patch of salt or ice right there, and people just out walking and getting out in it a little bit. So that's cool. Nice to see people at least enjoying all the winter wonderland.
Yeah, definitely all this ice and everything that's left on the road right now. That sun is cresting the horizon now and going down. It's showing 16 degrees here in the car, and so everything that is now in the shade is definitely going to freeze over tonight as it continues to get colder. So
Sure, absolutely. And it's supposed to be 1 degree tonight. That's pretty cold, folks. Well, I think with wind chills in the -5, -10 area. So if you're out tonight, be super careful. Everything that, again, that's wet's just going to refreeze. And so it may have seemed like you could travel out and about today and it was fine, but later tonight it could definitely get worse as well. And should we start seeing incidents, we'll let you know through our alert system if crashes pick up. But so far today, again, knocking on wood, 0 crashes. That's wonderful. And we hope that definitely continues. All right, folks, we'll go ahead and end this live stream. Again, thank you so much for joining us. Over 200 of you watching us live, and we just love to come on live like this and keep you updated about what we are seeing in our community. We understand the value of communicating with you and keeping you informed about incidents. It certainly keeps our community much safer as well. So take care. Like always, it's an honor and privilege to serve this community.